This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids.
What up, everybody? This your boy Blak Magus, back with another Askfm answering session. Been a while since I've done one. It's funny because I need to answer some more questions. I've answered a bunch of questions on Twitter, of course. Some of you guys have probably seen it, but I still get a ton of questions. The weird thing is I get other shout outs, I think. Not used to the shout outs on Askfm. They have some very, very strange questions, and then some of the regular questions are just weird. Like, shout outs be just random. Someone keeps asking, do you wear belts? Yeah, who cares? But I have some questions that I'm saving for the His Point Her View podcast that I think you guys would be very interested in seeing answers. Like, someone asked me, what was the question? Let me go back. Let me find it. Yeah, some of these things that are in foreign languages just kind of freaking me out. Like, why are you asking these questions? Where is the question? Really quick. Damn, I just saw it too. What's the weirdest sexual experience you've ever had? Now, some of you may have heard it because I may have put it on YouTube years ago, but I feel compelled to answer it on the podcast because I think that would be a funny story to tell. At least one of the funny stories, because I've had some weird sexual experience. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. So, let's answer this question right here. Where is the funniest place you have ever fallen asleep? Okay, so I don't know if it's the funniest, but it's the weirdest situation where I've fallen asleep. Maybe the funniest to some of you guys. I found it quite hilarious after the embarrassment died down, for sure. So let's start this story by saying that I used to work downtown at one of the local Washington, D.C. tourist sites. And the tourist site that I worked at, I caught the train to. And even with catching the train, the closest you can get is about a 20-30 minute walk to the site. So I would walk back and forth in the morning. Now, I had to open on a Sunday morning, but the previous Saturday was Halloween weekend. So I went to a coworker's Halloween party and got fucked up and did something I probably shouldn't have did, which was drink gin. Now, anybody who knows me knows that gin does something to my stomach. It makes my stomach feel weird. As much as I like gin, it like leaves a weird, like, queasy feeling in my stomach. Never fails. I don't know what it is. There's something about gin that just does it to me. Now, I had some gin and some vodka that night. On top of that, I was already catching a cold previously. So when I woke up that Sunday morning, I had to get up extra early to get down there because I had to be there. Like, shit. What time did I have to be to work? Like 7:30? Something like that. So I caught the train to get there really early, because Sundays, if you ever live in the DC area, you know it's kind of hard to commute by metro, especially if you live outside of DC. You're going to DC. But anyway, caught the train there, and I was sick as a dog that morning. You know, it was like the cold had started to hit because, of course, I've been out drinking all night, and I didn't take any medicine on top of vodka and gin. And like I said, gin fucks me up. So, went there, got to work, and was just feeling miserable. Was just feeling so miserable. And my relief didn't come until, I want to say, about 2-3 hours after I had to be there. So, and I was a manager at the time, so I'm there. It's like, oh my God, it's horrible. Thank God it's Sunday, because Sunday usually people don't necessarily come out that early. And it was kind of quiet, so I was kind of happy. So when my relief came, I was like, you know what? I'm going home. Fuck this. I don't feel good. I'm going to go catch the train and get home. So this is what, between 9 and 10 o'clock, I guess. Say goodbye, whatever. Start my long journey to the train station. Now, I'm feeling so miserable that I can't even walk to the train station. So I stop and sit on the park bench just so I can chill for a minute. Because I was starting to get that really like I'm gonna throw up feeling, and I didn't want to throw up in public. So I was like, let me just chill. It's kind of warm too, so it's not helping. So let me chill, maybe cool down a little bit. I'm midway through my walk, so I was like, I can walk the rest and then get on the train. And I can really chill because my subway ride is about 30 minutes too. So I was like, let me just sit here. So I sat there, laid my head back, and closed my eyes. Not expecting to fall asleep, which is what I did. I fell asleep on a park bench in the middle of downtown DC. Now, that may sound funny to some of you, but it gets worse. So I didn't just like fall asleep. I fucking took like I mean I literally dozed off and went to La La Land, because I wake up around 1. I woke up maybe 4 or 5 hours later, and 2, I find myself looking at a bunch of people in jogging shorts and wristbands and headbands with numbers on their shirts running by me. Thankfully not really looking at me. I think I was glad that they weren't like, staring. But I look up and I was like, oh shit, I forgot that Sunday there was a marathon that the route ran right in front of where I work. And so the bench that I sat at was on the marathon route, and I was watching people run to the finish line at the marathon right by me. Fell asleep for like 5 hours on a park bench, woke up in the middle of a marathon at the finish line. So that was like the weirdest or the funniest place I've ever fallen asleep at. It was crazy because I looked around and said, oh my god, I was checking myself, say, did I slob? Did I actually throw up? Thankfully I didn't. I had a book bag with me. Nobody thankfully took anything from the book bag. It was not a safe place to fall asleep. Anyway, I mean, generally speaking, people don't mess with you downtown, but you do get the rare occasional robberies, things like that. Luckily, nobody bothered me. Nobody went through my wallet. I checked my wallet and all my keys and stuff were there. I was just thankful I woke up safe, even though it was so embarrassing. So I got my ass up. I walked the rest of the way to the subway station, got on the train, and made sure not to fall asleep until I got home. Because I was just, at that point, I was like, I'm totally embarrassed, and I just need to get home, get rest. I got better, I actually threw up, I think, to get the contents out of my system, and then went to sleep for a couple more hours. Woke up and I was fine. Went to work the next day like nothing happened, and I don't think any of my coworkers ever knew that story. So if any of my coworkers actually sees this video, now you know. From that job at least. But anyway, that's it. So I'll be answering some more questions. I might do a little quick video blast of some more questions that I get. Just to discuss with you, because some of these questions I'd be fine that are just like off and weird. But it is what it is. People gonna ask what they're gonna ask. You know what I mean? It's not like they're putting their name, so I can't pinpoint. It's like, why are you doing that? Or what's your purpose behind this? But it's kind of fun to do all the time. So anyway, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you later. This your boy Blak, Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.